Good evening, everybody. It's 7 p.m. and you're never going to believe what Tannor just tried polling. He was like, wait, don't go live yet. Trying to make me late.
Not at all. I was here. I was waiting for the guy the whole time. He's trying to mess around with his camera, get some things sorted.
100%. You were here before me, but as I was ready to go, you're like, wait, don't go live yet. I'm like, it's 7 o'clock. I'm not being late.
Yeah.
We missed you in California.
Dude, I was busy, but I'm glad everyone had fun. It looked really fun.
It was awesome. We missed you. We missed Tevis. We missed Matt. But you know what? It was an incredible time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wish everybody could have been there. Chels, everybody. We wish everybody could have been there. But California was a blast.
It was like over 200 people, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, listen, there was a good amount of people there.
Yeah.
And it was really great. I think Amit, Jess, and Angelo did an incredible job as they have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited for the future.
Yeah. They'll continue to do it. You're not going to the UK or Singapore or anything like that, are you?
I'm definitely going to Chicago. I'm definitely going to Austin. Definitely doing Miami. I am not doing Singapore, but the milkman may be going to London. We'll see.
That's very cool. Dude, I'll probably be at the Chicago one as well. No confirmation just yet. But that one's pretty close for me, so I could probably make that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an easy flight for you. That's like an hour and 10, something like that.
I think it's a little longer than. I think it's closer to 2 hours, but yeah, it's short. Yeah. But yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. Aside from that, I feel like we haven't talked in a bit. What has been going on over at the Fiorillo crime family?
You know, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm spending a lot of money like you now because I realized I can't use my enterprise version of Claude to build what I want to build, and I actually have to get a damn API and pay per usage. So,
got you. Yeah, I was telling Steve about the bill that I'm going to start accruing for AI tokens, and it looks like you're going to be doing something similar.
Yeah, I thought what I wanted to build, I could use Claude for. I can't. And I have two things I want to build. The first one is been in building phase for the past 36 hours. OpenClaw has been going. And yeah, I'm taking this seriously. I'm not going to say exactly what I did. Let's just say that I went and got a Mac Mini. I set up a Telegram bot. I am freaking interfacing with it. I'm probably going to get another laptop so as a remote terminal. And I got the craziest APIs you can think of. I'll tell you offline. And a lot of stuff that I'm going to do. And when I show you guys what it is, you're going to be like, what the hell did Steve just fucking build?
Oh my gosh, bro. You're going full on into the...
So in my mind, this is what I did on the plane the entire time. I worked with Claude on everything I wanted to do, refining it. And then I had to create a turnover document in addition to the business plan with everything step-by-step that I need to do. And then everything step-by-step the bot needs to do. And it's freaking crazy. So the bot and I are going to be testing tonight after the Trump thing. So what is this mogging stuff? I don't even know what mogging means. Somebody said that the other freaking day.
Well, what are they saying with mogging? I need context and then I can explain it to you. Yeah, it means like you're not above them, but like essentially above them. Like you're better than them. You're showing that you're better than them.
Well, that would make sense for Matt to say that because he always asks if I think I'm better than him.
Yeah. You know what's so weird is like whenever there's a word, I always try to or I try not to use it, but I always want to use the word. I'm like, well, you're mogging them. Like I'll be your Gen Alpha translator.
I don't think I'm going to be able to publish this live, but I will show everybody. It's going to be good. But I got an idea of something I want to make for the community. I just don't know if it's feasible, so we'll see. But let's get into it. A lot's been happening.
Well, hold on.
Oh.
You've been using all this AI stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a sentiment question around AI, around NVIDIA.
We're not fucking bullish enough, baby. We are not bullish enough. Listen, I had a 30-minute conversation with my father today, who's an electrical engineer. I will tell you, we are not bullish enough. This is my exact words to him. I honestly think over the next 5 years, the technological advances that we are going to see is going to supersede the past century, not the past decade, the past century. We're not bullish enough.
Is I would even want to ask you about smaller boom bust cycles like memory.
Oh, I know. I knew you wanted to go there because of Micron and you getting shellacked on it. But I figured we'd be discussing that.
A huge amount of recovery because of today. So, my average price is sitting just a little above 380.
Oh, you bought more.
Oh, dude, it's
okay.
What else is there to buy right now?
I bought more NVIDIA.
Yeah, I like that.
I bought it 2 weeks ago at 172 and last week on Friday at 167.50.
Yeah. But do you think that the boom bust cycle of Micron is going to be larger than you think it was based on your experience with AI? Because I think there's one, being able to use the products, and then you start to infer yourself, okay, well, if everyone had these products and these products get better over time, this is not going to be a 10x from here. It's going to be 100x, 1000x, 10,000x in overall usage. Have you started to do that with AI and thinking about NVIDIA being more than 250 this year?
I don't know that me being as bullish as I was always captain bullish on AI. I have not changed. I've probably been one of the most bullish out of all of us on AI. And really? Don't do that.
More than me?
I mean, maybe not you.
Did you make a bet with me on the bearish side of NVIDIA, yes or no?
Hold on. In me not thinking that NVIDIA is going to finish above 250 has nothing to do with me being bearish AI. Let's be very clear. Two separate things.
Okay.
Two separate things. I think that OpenAI and Anthropic are going to become, I can't believe I'm going to say this, in the next 5 to 10 years, one of those two could be the largest company in the world.
Clip it and ship it.
I do believe that at this point.
Which one?
I don't know. All I know is I looked at my credit card. I was like, fuck. I didn't realize it was going to be this expensive, but, it's what it is.
Yeah, Chamath's been on a little bit of a tear where he's talking about everyone just checking their credit cards and spending a lot, and no one's actually building anything.
Oh, I don't think that's true.
But you haven't shipped anything yet.
I'm building something for myself, not to make money on.
Yes.
There's
I
a difference.
agree. That's what I'm doing too. Internal tools are I think the most obvious use case.
Yeah. So let me frame it like this. And I'd like to see what your perspective is, because you're doing something very similar. We're just doing two different versions of something similar at this point. And Matt Money, I called you earlier, but you were better than me and you couldn't pick up the phone. So very heartbroken over that. Anyway, I have never coded a line of code in my life. I've never taken a computer science class. Okay. I have never built anything with regard to that. Okay. I'm not good with that stuff. My brain doesn't work that way at all. The fact that I am able to work with Claude for a couple hours and really flush every detail out, modify, read through the business plan, say I don't like this, say replicate XYZ company's back office services for trading or research or whatever. Like the fact that I can get everything to that point and then have it tell me step by step. And I told it, make me a turnover doc, an implementation plan is a turnover document in two sections. Section A, what I need to do, and section B, what the bot for OpenClaw needs to do. And I need you to be so specific, like I'm a 3-year-old that does not know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich from opening the door of the fridge forward, right?
Mhm.
The fact that it gave me everything and I was able to set Telegram up with a bot and hook it up to OpenClaw, and I was able to do the Python stuff and get it set it. And then what I'm watching OpenClaw do with the turnover document and the APIs I gave it and everything, it's freaking incredible. I think that we are not thinking big enough about what the younger generation and even the older generation, where they just let their imagination run wild with this stuff, what type of tools and products they will be able to build. I do not think we're bullish enough on this. The compute power is going to be insane. And
The compute needs.
the compute power that we're going to need is going to be insane.
Yeah,
like we're going to need so much more. I think that I'm early on what I'm building. And I think over the next year or two, people are really going to understand. Like I talked to 5 people, and it was like I was speaking Japanese to them about what I'm fucking doing. And it was so annoying because I'm like, how are you guys not up on any of this? Like they didn't understand a single thing I was talking about.
OpenClaw and Claude, like most people know OpenAI, but actually, whenever you start going on the streets and asking people about AI, like most people have not even heard of Claude. Like it's actually crazy, how big, or like how it is spreading like wildfire, but it's still a niche. It's still, it's not the way people know Google search or Microsoft just yet.
I'm very bullish. Now, let's get right into what you want to talk about. You like the tan? I'm finally not sunburned anymore. It was bad. I was so sunburned on Saturday.
Really?
We went to Venice Beach on Friday, and it was not that warm out. Like it was probably 65, 68. Wasn't 70. It was beautiful as. I'm like, oh, no sunburn. I get back to the hotel, no sunburn. I take a shower. I'm so sunburned. It was crazy. Crazy.
Dude, if you were sunburned, I would have been on fire. I don't do well on a beach, that's for sure.
I think Micron, the problem that they're having, the numbers look beyond incredible for this year and spectacular for next year. What is spooking the market still is the negative growth rate going forward, even though the price to earnings is so strong and looks so undervalued. They're factoring in a big boom bust cycle. And the problem is, even if we don't believe that's going to happen with Micron, it's happened so many times in the past where they just set precedent where they had 2 or 3 killer years, and then out of nowhere, flatline, deceleration of growth, not even 10% year-over-year growth, like flat out deceleration. And when you look at NVIDIA's numbers, the consensus analysts, they're not seeing any boom bust. It's just growth slowing down on a percentage. It's not going negative.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Micron was taken to the woodshed way more than NVIDIA was after the earnings.
Right. I agree. But it's not like we haven't seen similar boom bust cycles in the GPU market as well. Like we've seen multiple times where NVIDIA has been able to sell a lot of products, slows down, Bitcoin cycles, and that ends up slowing down. And constant times where they've ramped up earnings and that has fallen before, yet people look very differently on an NVIDIA versus a Micron right now. Because the boom busts I actually think are stronger, But still, I'm like, if they can get a year out of the way at this level of growth rates, like they're going to be buying or could have the buying power to buy back a decent percentage of their company if they bring in like $100+ of EPS, which is absolutely in the range of what's going to happen over the next 4 quarters. I think that probably deserves more than a 4 PE, forward PE. You know, I could be wrong.
Look, I could have bought Micron. I didn't for a reason. I think NVIDIA is the play. I just do. And I agree with you. Memory, storage, we need more of it. Theoretically, SanDisk, Western Digital, Micron should do well. I just think NVIDIA is the play for me. It's what's right. I'm not venturing out to the other aspects of it. The one that I would really venture into, right? Let me phrase it like this. The one that I'm warming up to that I'm going to do a very large due diligence piece on is Marvell. I am really going to look into them and give them a fair shake. The numbers are enticing. The new partnership with NVIDIA really put them on my map. I mean, Sam has been on Marvell for a while. He's been 100% correct on that one. And I think that there's something there. But right now, if you had to say Micron or NVIDIA, obviously I just bought a bunch more NVIDIA. So that's where my head's at.
Yeah. No, I love NVIDIA too. I've got way more money in NVIDIA than Micron.
You can say you have way more NVIDIA than I do. No shit.
I didn't say that.
I'm gonna say it because you bought a freaking, you have a average share price that's under a $20 bill.
It's above 20 now because I bought I sold my second largest holding, which was Tesla, and then put it all into NVIDIA in 2025. But yeah, before it was under 20 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Oh, there is something I want. After this, I'm going to write down a topic. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm writing something down. Go on.
What are you not going to tell me?
No, I want to catch you off guard when we're done talking about this. I want to ask you about something. I wrote it down so I don't forget.
All right. I was going to say, I don't know what now. You got me worried that you're gonna get me with something.
No, I'm not going to get you with anything, but I think it's going to make for a very interesting conversation.
I'm having a pretty interesting conversation tomorrow.
Yeah, what's going on?
Talking with Dan Ives.
Oh, look at you, Senor Ives.
Yeah.
Nice.
Going to ask him about the current AI landscape. I know that he's been eyeing Microsoft recently and cybersecurity names and these sort of things. So I want to ask some questions about that.
Nice.
But
he's the best.
Yeah. So
he's great.
That'll probably be at 10 a.m., something like that.
You doing it live or shooting a video?
Yeah, I think it's going to be live.
Cool.
But yeah, so that made me think about Microsoft, though. What the heck is happening with Microsoft right now? I mean,
you should watch my video I put out. That's what you should do. You want to know what's happening? I put it out today. You could have watched it and learned.
I didn't even get a notification.
Bullshit. Well, you're not following me then.
I am, of course I am.
Oh, it came out at 11:45 today.
Is it blowing up? How's it doing?
I didn't look, to be honest with you.
Because if it's not doing well, I might not have they might not be.
I have no idea. All I know is if you watch the video I made, I think I did a very good job making the case why it's undervalued and why I think it's going to have a meta moment. Not meta moment, an alphabet moment.
It's going to sell off even more.
No, I think it's going to have a moment where like Alphabet did last summer when once the legal headaches were done, it just freaking jumped by 100 points in like a month or two.
Yeah. It's it's a weird place right now for Microsoft, where obviously they have a huge stake in OpenAI, and
Yeah.
they're getting a lot of great products coming in through Microsoft 365, like Council, and what was the other one that they just put out? I can't remember the name of it, but essentially they're trying to have multi-model products where they can go out and ask a bunch of different models the same question to sort of get a hopefully what do you call it? What's it called where hallucinations. There we go. Hopefully with less hallucinations, better benchmarked answers. And that'll be useful to people that don't want to have a subscription to Gemini and to Anthropic and to OpenAI. But in the same breath, there's this looming idea of just like software is going to be dead. Sanjeet, I'm sorry, brother. I wasn't, I wasn't there.
I'll give you the 7 reasons why I believe Microsoft undervalued. All right, real quickly. And look, the PE obviously changed today, but 22 times trailing versus a 5-year average of 33 times. It's a 34% discount to its own history. Cloud revenue is at $51.5 billion per quarter. I mean, Microsoft Cloud has crossed $50 billion.
Do you think that the cloud revenue on Azure was a little, not that the growth wasn't great, but it was a little bit shy of expectations?
I'm glad you said that, because the street's expectations are freaking ridiculous, because Azure grew at 39% and they wanted a 4 handle on it. You know what they can do with that 1 percentage point? I'll tell you what they can do. I'm not going to say it because you like earmuffs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to say it because you're going to bleep me because you have earmuffs. So I'm not going to say it. But intelligent cloud revenue hit $32.9 billion. The demand continues to exceed supply. You have AI monetization at an inflection point. The AI business exceeded 13 billion run rate, 175% year-over-year growth, 625 billion commercial backlog. And I think that that's why the street's selling it off, because so much is tied to OpenAI. But the remaining performance obligations surged 110%. They have visibility for not 1 year, but several years into the future. Even if 100 billion of it gets evaporated, it's still over $500 billion in commercial backlog. Yeah. M365 is getting price increases come July, and it's going to be big. There's only a 3% penetration rate on Copilot. I have the exact numbers somewhere. Give me a second. It's actually pretty interesting. Where the hell are the exact numbers?
You know what's so interesting is, like, I remember whenever Oracle first put out that, like, they were the first company to show earnings where the backlog skyrocketed. And many people were very hesitant to give them any sort of premium there because they believed either, you know, OpenAI wasn't actually going to pay up for this, that it was.
So get this. And keep in mind, everybody, there's certain things I can't say at the moment that I'll be able to say in a month from now. But they have 15 million people using Copilot at an average of 30 a month. I'm using average for a very specific reason. Okay. 430 million M365 monthly active users. So that's a 3% penetration rate. You get 10, 20%, you're talking about 15, 20 billion in incremental revenue right there. So there's a huge opportunity there. Huge. And when you look at the analyst consensus, the median is 597. That's, as of yesterday, 61% upside.
Yeah, yeah.
So
sorry, 597, is that what you said?
Yeah, you go to tip ranks, it's like 596.50 or something like that.
But the more recent ones have been lower than that, right?
Some of them, but the average.
Yeah.
Just like with NVIDIA, some people have a 700 price target on it.
No, I know, but you got to, like, if some things have changed,
well, pull it up,
the company sells off.
Ranks, show it. I mean, there's a lot of analysts covering this, but it's, in my opinion, very undervalued. I like it. I will be buying more of it. Nobody should buy it because I like it. I mean, I don't know what anybody's situation is. It's just Or are we really worried that Windows is going away in a year or two? No. Come on. It's the same thing with the software. AI is going to make these things better. It's not going to hurt them. Yeah, all right, so it changed a little bit since yesterday. 582.17. I mean,
Yeah.
Nobody has a sell on it. Go back up real quick. Nobody has a sell on it. The average is 582 and the high is 678. Even the low is above where it is today.
Yeah. That's always a good sign. Yeah, even 400 here, that's probably the lowest that we've seen in the last little bit. That's higher than where we are today. This is a little while ago. I mean, that's coming up on 2 months ago, that 392. Yeah. What's the street high here? 678. And what's your price target?
I don't have a price target at the moment. I don't like giving price targets.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to say where I think fair value is, I mean, we could do the math live if you want me to do that. I don't give price targets. I really never have.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I'm happy to tell you what I think makes sense. So let me bring up my little sheet. I made a new one for Amit. So I named this Amit EPS. He asked for something.
You got to get your OpenClaw bots to do this for you.
That's a side project. That's not nearly as important as what I'm building right now.
Oh, God.
Not nearly as important. Some things I like doing on my own only because it makes me remember all the numbers. What I have OpenClaw doing with the API that I got and some other things, it's going to be very good. So if we go 475, it puts them at 21.26 forward. And I would say that if we're willing to give Apple a 30 handle, I don't see why Microsoft can't trade at 525 and still look exciting, because it's still trading at under 30 times next year and under 25 times 2028. So I think 525 is a reasonable price for Microsoft now. I don't think that it's crazy to want to pay 31 times for Microsoft's earnings today. I don't think that's crazy. It has better margins and more profitable than Apple on a EBITDA and operating income basis, I believe.
If you had to rank these companies on the screen,
yeah,
maybe you can remove IBM if you want.
I just wrote an article on IBM. That's why they're in there.
Yeah. No, you don't have to actually remove it. I just meant out of the question.
I'm just going to move it down.
Okay. But what's it called?
Of which ones I would buy?
No. That have the largest risk right now for disruption.
For disruption.
Yeah. AI disruption. Because I think that's the narrative right now on Microsoft, is what they're sort of getting hit with. Do businesses need to pay for Microsoft 365? Or can they vibe code themselves some tools?
I mean, this is going to sound so bad. It's like, Steve, you're too bullish. You don't think anything. There's obviously things that can go wrong. Okay, Meta's got 2 lawsuits that just went against them that I believe is going to turn into a class action lawsuit, which is not bullish, even though I think that it's undervalued and the numbers are going to continue to be good. And ultimately, I think this will be a bee sting. I don't think this is big tobacco all over again. I don't see these companies getting disrupted. I don't think that's where the risk is. I think the risk is more with regulation and lawsuits. Alphabet got pulled into the Meta lawsuit. They were 30% liable in the one in California. So that certainly opens up the door for them to have a class action lawsuit for addictive, whatever they're calling it, with YouTube Shorts and stuff. So,
okay, but why do you think Microsoft has gotten so sold off?
I think people are worried about OpenAI, that it's a dud. I think people are worried about potentially Azure. I think people are worried about Microsoft 365 not being needed. But I think a lot of those worries are from people that don't work at large corporations and don't understand the way large corporations work.
Yeah. But you would say if there was a time where the way that large corporations work could change, it could be in an environment like today.
It could absolutely change. But you know what? Alphabet has an incredibly inexpensive model for their workspace and nobody's using it.
Yeah.
You know, freelancers use it, small businesses use it, but
Yeah. No. I know what you're saying.
Like 91% of Fortune 500 use Microsoft.
Yeah. Yeah. The enterprises use Microsoft for sure.
Yeah. So do I think that there's risk? Absolutely, there's risk. But okay, NVIDIA's risk is that AMD or Broadcom makes something new that takes market share away. Okay, possibly, but not probable. Meta, what, Snapchat or freaking one of those other companies going to entrench on them? Maybe, not probable. Microsoft, is Windows going away? Is LinkedIn going away? Is Office 365 going away? Is Azure going away? I mean, possibly, not probable. Amazon, is more packages not coming to my doorstep? I doubt it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, these are the most fortified companies, and it's very hard, excluding Tesla, it's very hard for me to wrap my brain around getting bearish on companies that are doing 100 billion plus in cash from operations.
Yeah, I'm not bear. You know me. I love all these companies, but if you had to pick one,
I can't. I don't see it. Which one would you pick?
I'd probably pick Microsoft out of all of them.
It may have it may be the best pick for your question. As improbable as it is for all these, it really could be.
I think that there's network effects to a lot of them. You know, like Google and Facebook. I don't think Tesla and NVIDIA, anyone is putting in the could get disrupted category. Like they are the disruptors. Apple, I mean, maybe, but
Apple's a hardware company. I mean, AI is not making hardware.
Not yet, but
not yet.
OpenAI is working on it.
Yeah, it may in 5 years.
But yeah, I mean, like up there in terms of like, I don't think YouTube's like, I don't know, Microsoft would be on that list for me. Now I'm a shareholder of Microsoft because I think the cost that you pay for Microsoft today is worth those risks. It's very cheap. But yeah, that's all I was sort of asking. I wanted your thoughts on that. Because the market is definitely disrespecting Microsoft here.
The market's disrespecting NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft. It's disrespecting those four. Absolutely. I'd even say it's disrespecting Amazon, but it's hard to make the case of Amazon being as disrespected. I mean, it is trading at 27 times this year, which I do think is inexpensive for Amazon, but I think the market's very much so disrespecting Microsoft a lot.
Yeah. It's one of the higher valuations for sure in the Mag 7 is Apple or Amazon's forward PE. And NVIDIA, I think Meta's the cheapest or NVIDIA is the cheapest in forward PE, right?
NVIDIA is the cheapest at 13.2 times forward.
What?
NVIDIA is the cheapest at 13.23 times.
No. I'm not talking.
You're not talking 2028. You're talking 2027.
Yeah, I'm talking this year.
Oh, this year, Meta's
that's what a forward PE is. Let's not. You're getting people way too confused.
Well, I mean, okay, technically you're right, but I'm looking at forward as next year, not this year.
I get that, but
No, okay. This year it's Meta then NVIDIA.
Yeah.
On a forward basis, outside of this year, NVIDIA is the cheapest.
Yeah. Yeah. You have this weird way. I know you think it's correct, but the whole idea of current year being the year that hasn't happened yet, but that we're in, it's like no one in the world else thinks that way.
This 2026 is current. It trades at this.
I get that, but like the year that just happened, the trailing year is the year.
No, that's the trailing year.
I know, but
that's why it's called the TTM, trailing 12 months.
Yes, but no one Like,
Period.
PE does not mean next year.
So trailing, hence that word means behind.
I get that.
And
But I just said
in
forward
addition
PE, and
to
you
the
thought I was
most
talking about
current
2027.
quarter, which has already passed, there are three quarters that have already passed. So I look at this as current year because we are in the current fiscal year. And the reason you can't say certain things is because not all these companies report on a calendar year. They report on a fiscal year, some of them, which I hate that, but whatever.
Fiscal years?
I would rather every company report on a calendar year instead of companies reporting on fiscal years. Like, why is NVIDIA reporting on a January fiscal year? Like, just freaking end your year on December 31st like everybody else. What are you doing? You need to end it at the end of January. Like, really?
I don't know how it gets set up, but I know, like, even with my company, I'm on a fiscal year as well, but it was just to be able to split up your taxes in the first year.
I get it.
So
Anyway,
yeah.
I want to bring something up to you. Can you humor me? Can we talk about SpaceX?
Yeah, of course.
So I have not read the S1. I am planning on reading the S1 tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's out yet. I saw the valuation they're going to go public at, and I wanted to shoot somebody.
What is it, 1.75?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, let's pull up the numbers. Do you have it handy on X?
No.
I'll find it.
I've heard about the rumored 1.75 for a while. I heard that they filed for IPO today.
Yeah.
But
I'm searching for it on X. I'll bring it up.
Yeah. Are you wanting another space name in the portfolio?
I don't have any space names.
You're not in Rocket Lab or anything like this?
No, I get yelled at because I'm not in Rocket Lab. The space mob is not happy. So here's the problem that I have with freaking Amit did, and I'm going to do a very big post on this. Amit made just a great analogy. SpaceX revenue is $15 billion and the IPO is 1.75 trillion. Meta's revenue is 200 billion and they're currently valued at 1.45 trillion. Like, who in their right mind wants to freaking buy this? I'm sorry, like, this is insanity. If I've ever heard of insanity before, like, from everything in my bones, from a fundamental, from a valuation, I mean, they have to freaking 12x their revenue just to get anywhere close to what Meta's profitability is going to be.
I'm telling you, I don't think there's a man on earth that has more execution credit than Elon Musk.
There isn't. Execution is different than fundamentals making sense because Tesla's valuation does not make sense.
Oh, no. I'm saying people give him credit. Like, I think people have a lot of faith in him. And so there's a lot of people that I've talked to that essentially are saying, I don't know how he's going to make it work, but it's Elon, so I'm going to bet on it. And so they buy it, even though they don't want to do the math, but they say math is secondary. Elon's running this company. That's the most important part. So maybe if you want to, like, there's quantitative investing, there's qualitative there's fundamentals, there's technical analysis, and then there's Elon investing. And you just have to pick whatever he has the largest stake in. And he has a huge personal stake in SpaceX.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm not buying it. But whenever people tell me that they're buying it, I'm like, yeah, you probably made a fortune on Tesla.
Yeah.
Like you just
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I just think it's absolutely insane to even think that this company should be valued anywhere near $1 trillion, like 15 billion in revenue. I don't care if they get to 50 or 100 billion.
Don't even say trillion, dude. You're 75% off by saying trillion.
It's insane. Like, okay, sure, that I get it. Okay, they have Starlink. I get it. They have XAI. I get it. it's SpaceX. They're putting rockets on the moon. They're going to do great. I don't freaking care. The reality is that they can scale their revenue to $100 billion. And if they have a 50% profit margin, they're still not generating as much profit as Meta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meta is a smaller company. Like that, it just doesn't make sense. So what are we going to say? This gets to 200 billion revenue at a 50% profit margin, which it probably isn't. We're just saying they're doing $100 billion worth of freaking profit. We're going to say it's a $10 trillion company when you have companies that are doing over 100 billion right now profit. They're not even 5 trillion. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I mean, I think if you were to look like really far out, 30 years out, something crazy, SpaceX has practically a space monopoly. Like the idea of Rocket Lab even having a remote percentage of the amount of like launches that SpaceX has, it's not even remotely close. And the market cap reflects that. But if you're betting on a very, very futuristic future, do you want to own Meta over the next 30 years, or do you want to own SpaceX at any price over the next 30 years?
You know what? It's a very hard question because when you got a third of the global population and the execution that Meta's had, I would not want to get rid of Meta. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, how much is the population? Like,
you gotta remember, all the younger generation, they are so ingrained in this, they're never getting rid of Instagram. Good luck with that. They don't know life without these tools. They're never getting rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
I still pay for cable TV, even though I had Netflix, YouTube TV, and everything else.
Instagram shorts have caught me. Like, I'm not going to act like I'm immune, but like, I don't use much of the social media services that Meta offers, if any, aside from shorts. And I could get that off YouTube or something like this, but yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I like Meta, but people's tastes change. Like, I don't know many people my age that use Facebook as much as they did whenever it was first around.
I don't understand the valuation. Maybe I'm dumb, but you know, we're gonna say that 15 billion turns into 100 billion in revenue. Okay, cool. Sure, I'm not saying he can't do it. He did it with Tesla, right? Absolutely, he can do it. But
dude, it's probably gonna happen.
But how much of that growth is baked into a 1.75 trillion market cap?
All of it.
Like, and more. Like, what type of margin do you need to have to justify? Look at Taiwan Semi.
Dude, if they do $100 billion in revenue, there's still a 17.5 times price to sales.
Right.
Like, that's insane.
Like,
that's so funny.
I don't get it.
Which names have you been buying recently that you just think are like no one's paying attention to? Very cheap.
I did buy more Zeta not too long ago.
Good answer.
The most recent buys are obviously NVIDIA, but I am planning on getting more QXO. They just did another acquisition. I was going to shoot a video tonight about it, put it out tomorrow, and I think that QXO is very interesting here.
Yeah. Yeah. Reddit? No Reddit?
You know, at some point I gotta do it. I just don't know when that's gonna happen. There's just so many things I want to freaking buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
The interesting one that no one covers, and you're never ever gonna buy it. Well, actually, the one that I think you should buy if you don't already have it in your portfolio is Nubank.
I thought you were going to say Mercado Libre. I was close.
Very close.
Yeah.
Very close. Mercado Libre is very cool as well. But I think Nubank's business is less complex, easier to understand, and I mean, honestly, probably doing better.
Listen, you're a good role model.
That's it?
No, you're a good role model. You
I
want me to
appreciate
add the other part? You're a good role model to society and beyond. How about that?
No, I'm not fishing for compliments. I didn't say like I thought you were going to
No,
say.
I'm just. I don't know. I'm not. You know, I'm not into those companies. I'm not into Nubank. I'm not into Mercado Libre. It's just not what I'm into. Oh, by the way, did you listen to Noto on the whatever new conference that
Yes,
he just
sir.
spoke at?
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to listen to the whole thing. Somebody on X was kind enough to send it to me so I could listen to it. I was
Yeah.
trying to find a transcript so I could read through it, but I couldn't find a transcript. Supposedly, he talked a lot about the AWS of fintech. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that's true.
Okay.
He talked about the Clarity Act and did a little shot at Coinbase. He talked a lot about his past and how he, working for the NFL, working for Twitter has shaped him as a leader. He definitely did talk about like their strategy of having Galileo in the banking charter, but like it wasn't a conversation focused on AWS or sorry, the AWS of fintech. And it was only a 20-minute call. It was very short. But yeah.
All right. Interesting. Well, I am definitely looking at QXO. I am going to 100%. Shells, can you do me a favor? Oh, that's not on my chat. Tannor, do me a favor. Can you ban somebody?
Yeah.
I never asked that. You're gonna know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put in the private chat.
Okay. I've not been watching chat.
If you go up like a couple of things.
I don't actually see that in chat. Honestly, YouTube might have already banned that person, but it'll show it on StreamYard if there was like a flash for a second.
Okay.
All
right. Anyway,
tell me the.
I sent it in chat, in our chat.
Oh yeah, that is not in my chat. I don't see that.
Oh, I wonder where it's coming in from. All right. Anyway, I'll figure that out.
It's saying it's from my chat, but I really like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm showing that it is from yours, but
yeah, I don't see it. Promise you, that guy would be gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that person say that to my face. Is what I
All right.
Anyway,
let's get on with it.
Yeah. So
I'm really interested in. You know what's so funny is I said I was talking about Nubank and someone said no more banks, please. And it's like people have this idea in their head that banks mean that you can't make money or that there's somehow bad businesses. It's like these are some of the best companies in the entire world.
Nobody listened to me on Citibank.
Yeah, but I would never.
But it went from 42 to over 100.
Yeah, I still could.
And
never.
You were locking in over a 5% dividend when I was talking about it.
5%
on top of all the freaking appreciation. Yeah,
that's fair.
Anyway.
No, I just I really do realize like I have to stick to my own strategy. Like I can't borrow your conviction in a name.
You're capping growth. I get it.
Because you know what? The second I see an opportunity in a name that I like, I'm just going to sell Citi to buy what I want to buy at whatever price it's at.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So what are you looking at? Oh my God. GTA 6 has a supposed budget of $3 billion. Is Take-Two something we need to be looking at?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean it could be an awesome video game. I'm not suggesting otherwise. But I don't want to buy video game companies. What's called? I'm looking at dLocal. I think that's an unbelievable name. Nubank, Micron, NVIDIA, Amazon. What else? Those have been some big ones. SoFi here, but that's a standard. It's at the cheapest valuation it's almost ever been at. SoFi, in terms of a forward PE, it's never been at a 25 before. But even then, sometimes I look at the 25 PE and I'm like, dude, like, you know, Nubank is like a 17 times PE or something like this. And I'm like, okay, well, which one do I think is going to do better over the next 10 years? I'm like, Nubank has a shot to be one of the largest companies in financial services in general in 10 years.
Are you buying more SoFi?
I've nibbled, but I wouldn't say big buys, no.
Okay.
I've not been making too big of buys in general just because I'm really low on cash. Like I'm trying to regenerate cash, and yeah.
Especially with that AI budget.
Yeah. Separate, but yeah. That's anyway. Hired on Marshall.
Yeah, how's it going with Marshall?
Awesome.
Good.
Very weird. I've never delegated a thing in my life. And so that's new. He just, yeah. So his week is essentially Sunday to Thursday.
Nice.
And so after tomorrow, that'll be a full, like, first full week. But yeah.
Good. Well, I'm happy for you. I hope everything goes really well. I think it's the right move you're making, and I think that it's going to be really good for the channel.
Yeah. Yeah. All the videos that you're going to see going forward are going to be edited by him. The thumbnails will be done by him. The, scheduling all the live streams, everything that's not in front of the camera will practically be him.
Well, it'll allow you to focus on what you want to do and offload some of the stuff to him. So I think it's great.
I want to research the market, make my presentations, and record. That's what I want to do. And do the interviews and stuff. Everything else I want to try to get off my plate.
So SoFi, what are we thinking here? We got earnings in 3.5 weeks.
I think they are going to surprise people once again on the amount of total downloads that they have. Like, I think it's going to be such a unbelievable amount of new members. And I don't know how they keep doing this. I don't even know why they're doing it right now. But I think they're growing way faster than people are going to give them credit for. And then we'll see a triple beat.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt that they're going to get a triple beat. The question is, what are they going to say about forward guidance? Are they going to change it? Are they going to pull it? Are they going to say that even if we don't get a rate cut and it stays the same, we're still going to be in a great position? Because I do think that if we don't get a rate hike, they're going to be fine. I mean, we've already gotten significant reduction from where we were. So even obviously it would be better if we get rate cuts, but as long as we don't get 2 hikes, SoFi should be in a very good position going forward.
Yeah. Whenever I spoke with Noto, he said that they did say that they're expecting 2 rate cuts. What they're really expecting is a stable economy. And if that's done with no interest rate cuts, that they don't need to adjust guidance. If something drastically changes and we go into like a recession or something like this, then yeah, they will need to change guidance. But right now it looks like we're going to have a year of no rate changes. Let me just double check that really quick. 73% chance of no change, 25% chance of an ease, 1.9% chance of a hike. So honestly, either the rates are staying still this year, at least so far. These rates could change like crazy amounts over the next month. But right now, as it's sitting, it's either going to stay flat or there's going to be a rate cut this year. I think that means that SoFi can like get through that turbulent market, or it's more stable than they're potentially people are giving credit for right now.
Yeah, I was considering buying more SoFi actually, even though I'm kind of on the fence.
Hating on them?
I'm not hating on them at
You
all.
hate this company. You sent me a text. You said that that
Use your
it's a
words
bad
wisely.
company and you should have invested in Hood the whole time.
Pull that text up
I don't want to right now.
because it never happened.
It's real, but I just don't want to. I don't want to find it.
I'm giving you permission to show our text thread.
Maybe later.
See, it's not true, everybody. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for
Just
it.
being lazy.
But I do think SoFi is very interesting here because they are likely to do very well this quarter, and the setup is very strong. I do think that they're going to, the AWS of FinTech, I believe, is going to work. I'm a very big proponent of it. I have to have faith that they're going to win some of the RFPs. And I think that that's going to be something that people are just not factoring in because they've ran off the tech platform. And this could truly supercharge it. But they got to deliver. They said Q1 2026, we should have decisions on the RFPs. I don't want to see that turn into Q3, Q4. Like, I want to see that we at least at the very minimum won a large regional bank.
Mm.
I hope it's more one of the large financial centers, but I'll take a large regional bank as a win.
What about the loan platform business deal? Did you see the $3.6 billion that they ended up bringing in recently?
I did.
Part of that deal was $1 billion with a leading global bank.
Mm-hmm.
Does it need to be a tech platform, or do you just need to see massive deals being signed with?
Yes,
SoFi?
it needs to be a tech platform.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because then they're just a bank.
That part doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Because
Here's the thing.
banks are valued a very specific way. Banks
New
are
bank.
valued off of two things: tangible book value and earnings. We do not want SoFi to be pigeonholed and classified as just a bank. We don't want it.
Nubank has a good valuation.
Okay.
Their book value is like.
I think I added Nubank into the thing with SoFi. Hold on.
Race you to it. Their price to book right now is 6.3 times. And by the way, they're like historically low on their valuation right now. That's why I'm accumulating 6.3 times. And the reason why I beat you to that is because I'm on.
Well, you didn't beat me to shit. You didn't have anything to share.
What are you talking about? How do you think I got you that number?
There was nothing down here for me to share. Yeah, yours just came up now. Don't try pulling that.
But how do you think I got the number?
Well, you should have put it up there for me to share. You said you bet you can get.
You wouldn't have put it up if I did. You would have.
Of course I would have. I am very fair. Of course I would have.
I'm very fair.
Of course I would have.
All right, show me.
Okay. Let's where's Nubank? Nubank is here. They're trading at a much larger price to tangible book, but a much lower PE, it looks like, than SoFi. Where the hell is SoFi? Where the fuck did SoFi go? Here it is. So they're trading at the second largest multiple on earnings, and Nubank is trading at the largest multiple on price to tangible book.
Yeah.
And the EBIT multiple is significantly lower.
That's not tangible book. That's just price to book.
No, price to tangible book.
Look at that. You wrote that there. I don't know where you got. Where do you source Nubank's tangible book value from?
Seeking Alpha.
They show you tangible book value?
Yeah.
Or you got that?
Tannor, do you think I just make numbers up out of thin air?
No, I thought you.
Is that what this is coming to?
No.
Like, you really think I just make shit up?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like.
Where did you get tangible book value from? Well, right here, Tannor, tangible book value. $2.02, $2.12.
Okay, where's that written on your chart there?
Really?
I didn't say. I'm not saying you're making anything up. I just didn't know how you got to the number that you did.
My God, Tannor. Nubank, tangible book, $2.12. Price to TB, 681.
My bad, brother.
You think I'm a rookie?
What's with all the smoke? I just asked you a question.
You think I'm new?
I'm here. I'm out here learning, and I wanted to learn. No need for all this smoke.
I mean, I think you're just trying to rage bait me, acting like I'm making stuff up.
I never said you're making it up.
But back to the
this
original
is exactly
thing.
true, though. They are a bank, like and fully a bank. No tech platform.
Okay.
No.
They're also not.
Well, that's not true. But
fundamentally in the U.S.
What does that mean?
I'm not looking at emerging markets. I'm not looking at outside the U.S. When we talk about banks, banks here are traditionally valued off of their tangible book value and their earnings. If SoFi is classified as a bank, it's got a great valuation.
Yes, but what I'm saying,
if it's classified as a technology company or a hybrid, which I would like it to be classified as, the valuation is very cheap.
Why can't there be a classification for fast growing bank?
Because every one of these were a fast growing bank at some point.
Yeah, but Nubank is a fast growing bank right now, and they're being valued as such.
Okay. They're not a U.S. company. It doesn't matter.
Where are these? I want to see this rule book.
I just made it.
I get that, but SoFi 2 quarters ago was valued twice as high as what like you're currently looking at, and they weren't a technology platform company 2 quarters ago.
I get it, but I mean, look at you're getting almost
not even
you're getting much larger. You're getting double the valuation on earnings as JP Morgan. And I get it, they're growing quick, but JP Morgan also does over $50 billion in net income. Like if we're going to say that they are a bank, which I'm not saying, and
they also have like JP Morgan is what, $800 billion market cap. You can't just say how big their net income is. It's
a gigantic company.
Yeah, I know, but it's adjusted to their market cap.
It's a gigantic company that is incredibly profitable. The point is, I would like SoFi to be classified as a hybrid or a tech company. In order for them to do that, the tech platform cannot be written off, because if all they do is grow the loan book and grow financial services, they are going even further into just the bank rationale, which I do not want to happen.
But if they were based out in Latin America, then they could get a premium.
I think if they were based in Latin America, they trade similar to Nubank.
That's great, dude. What is this rationale? If they had a worse charter, then they could get a triple valuation.
Just saying.
I think people are going to give a valuation to SoFi based on the expectation of forward growth. And I think people question whether or not SoFi is going to grow at good rates. But they're not questioning nearly as much if Nubank is going to grow at great rates going forward, because they've proven that in a shorter time frame than SoFi was alive, that they could become the largest neobank in the world.
Michelle is here.
Michelle.
You know, Michelle and Ray gave me such a crazy gift.
What was it?
I should show you. Hold on.
They have Ray brought what's the type of camera? Polaroid. And I have some of the photos from the event that Ray gave me that's hanging on my fridge.
So, and look, I appreciate everything. Nobody needs to get me anything. Like I really feel weird accepting, but it was so awesome. I mean, they had Pokemon cards made of the milkman.
Love it.
Strong bones.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. Crazy.
Tannor is live and still managed to send me a Discord friend request. Yeah, that wasn't me, brother.
Crazy. But yeah, look, I want SoFi to do well. I want appreciation. The tech platform is a quintessential part of the investment thesis going forward. And if they can power their competitors, it's something nobody else is doing. And it has exponential growth. That's the biggest thing. Alphabet became the company they are through exponential growth. We want the same thing for SoFi. And you don't get that through a loan platform, even if the tech platform doesn't generate the same revenue.
Not only same revenue, same profit margins.
I get
way
it.
higher on the loan platform business.
I get it. It's just, it is so important to the investment thesis for me. It doesn't have to be important to anybody else, but for me, it's not just that they're saving 60 to 80 million dollars a year on costs.
Mhm.
It's not just the fact that they are able to develop and deploy whenever they want on their own terms and not have to wait for a vendor to build something that they need. The fact that they could do all that and generate revenue from their competitors to actually make it free, because obviously it costs them something. Even if they're saving capital, they still have ongoing expenses running it. But if they can generate enough revenue from outside on the same tech platform that they're using, that it pays for everything they do, plus puts profit in their pocket, I mean, that's just priceless to me.
Well,
And
they are doing that. It's just a matter of how much. Like it is a profitable segment of their business.
yeah, not really though, compared to anything else.
Yeah,
Look,
but it's
look at contribution profit compared to the other lines.
it's less.
It's very minimal.
Yeah.
You know, this has such huge potential, and it's not just that; it's a narrative. Like, what if? And I'm going to use a name. And I have no information. Let's be very clear. Tannor has spoken to Noto publicly. I never have. Okay. I have no inside information whatsoever. And
I don't have
I
insider information.
no, but I'm not
Read me
saying
into that.
That's not what I mean. I'm just saying that they're reporting in 4 weeks, and if the company that I say ends up being it, I don't want anybody thinking like I knew something, because I don't. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give you 3. That way, none of them are singled out. If they get a Truist for a regional, a Wells or a Citigroup or a Citibank, whatever you want to call them, for prime financial,
Mhm.
that will make the tech platform explode and the narrative go parabolic, because now this is a real use case for a very high profile company in addition to SoFi using this. And it gives it the, we should probably look at this if we have to modernize and update everything. SoFi's using their own platform. Now, Citigroup or a Wells or a Truist, if it's good enough for them, we should seriously look at it.
My understanding is, my understanding being because Noto privately emailed me and gave me all the insider information.
I'm sure he did.
That was a joke. Okay, guys, the people on the chat that need to be told when things are sarcasm, that was humor. But the actual thing of what I heard was that like banks were trying to modernize before because they had regulatory pressures. Under the Trump administration, they actually have very little regulatory pressure in order to modernize. So they're actually being much slower right now with conversations like top 5 bank and all that stuff. I think the reason why we haven't heard anything about that is because the conversations have just come to a complete stall. So yeah, I don't imagine Galileo is going to be all that much, and it's like not even a part of what I think is important to model in the company.
No, Galileo alone is not going to be important, but the tech platform, from a growth standpoint, is going to live and die with them cross-selling this. Period.
Yeah.
So now, look, that doesn't mean the loan platform isn't great. It is great, and it should be celebrated what they're doing. But it just puts them even further into financial services, which isn't bad. But we want a hybrid multiple.
So we all have SoFi. What's the next buy?
Ooh.
Well, I got to get Steve on Nubank. I got to get him on D local, but he told me that he won't buy anything that's not an American business.
I own 2 companies, or maybe 3 companies that are outside the U.S. directly.
ASML?
No.
How
the other one? How you didn't get this right off the bat? It's crazy. You know exactly. It's a Canadian
Alibaba.
company. I did used to own them. I don't own them anymore. I may buy them again.
You say Canadian?
2 Canadian companies I own. You know what they are. Yes.
Brookfield?
No.
Constellation Software?
Bank of Nova Scotia.
Bank of Nova Scotia. Why that one?
100 years plus of a dividend, big dividend yield, like the bank.
By the way, we don't really say Bank of Nova Scotia here.
Scotia Bank.
Yeah.
Does that know the terminology?
There you go.
I do agree with the chat. We should really. How we didn't buy TSM? I don't know about you. I don't own it.
Bro, I don't hold it. It's the greatest mistake of all time.
That had to have been the easiest freaking layup that we could have invested in with how bullish we are tech.
Yeah. TSM is a no-brainer. It still is a no-brainer.
How about this? Can we kick Tesla out of the Mag 7 and throw TSM in there?
I would sign that treaty immediately.
I mean, could we do that? I think we should.
Yeah. TSM's amazing.
Great company.
Tesla's amazing too. I just think it's less certain than TSM is.
Yes. I think so also.
What else? Sorry, you don't have ASML was easy too. Yeah, I think ASML. I don't think it was easy. I think it still is an easy buy. But and I think people will look back on the memory names and say those were easy buys too. Who knows?
I don't know.
What's it called? You were saying you have 3 companies that are not 2 Canadian. Then what was the third one?
I don't remember now. I gotta look.
Wasn't Alibaba 10-cent?
It's a dividend company. You know what? I think it's another Canadian company. I think it's a utility company that starts with an A up there. Hold on.
This is what happens when you hold 1,000 companies in one portfolio.
I made a spreadsheet of everything I own, and I don't even know if it's done yet because I didn't go into all the accounts. You want to know how many companies in ETFs it is?
Yeah. My whole life I've been waiting for this.
Oh my God. It's so bad, Tanner.
This is like a dream come true. I always wanted to know for real how many companies you've held.
All right. And ETFs.
And ETFs, yeah. No, because you needed more diversification.
Right. And I think it's more because I didn't look at the shadow government stuff.
S&P 500. Yeah, it's the SF 500.
Yeah, I have, and I think it's more. Right now, 135, but I think it's more like 150, 160.
There's no way you benefit from that much diversification. There's no way. That's a make work project. 150, 160. That's including ETFs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, some of these positions are bullshit positions. Like a lot of them don't have a lot of money in it.
Sure. But then you should just sell them.
No, because you got to remember, I have a dividend harvesting portfolio that I've been writing for 5 years on Seeking Alpha that has accumulated many companies and ETFs and is a very specific subset of the portfolio. If I extract that, there's probably 30 real positions.
Yeah.
Because I don't consider anything in that portfolio a real position. I think the most money any company has is like $1,600 with Altria in there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've got 18 positions, I think, right now.
Which is good.
And I still want that a little bit less. I think 14 is the magic number.
Yeah, but you don't do you even have any ETFs?
No, not right now.
See, I have a full ETF portfolio because it's a hedge against myself.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I could blow up my account, but I honestly,
Yep.
dude, my conviction's so high. Like, I know people are like, hey, don't invest what you don't want to lose. Like, I would, Sudoku myself if I lost everything, but I really have no, like, there's not a chance that's gonna. Now, maybe it does. I don't know. I just have to start over. But I honestly have such high conviction in what I'm doing and believe in these companies so much. And I do have sector diversification. I've got company diversification. Yeah. So happy investor right now. Yeah, I would Minesweeper myself. Yeah, I meant to say Minesweeper.
Very bad. Very bad. I don't want to sell anything in the portfolio, and I'm certainly not selling anything to buy NVIDIA with the amount of NVIDIA that I have. Like, some people would think it's not a lot. Some people would think I'm insane. It's all perspective. But I will be making another purchase this week, likely. Not sure what it's going to be. I'm really interested to see what Trump's going to say. If the market goes down tomorrow based on what he says, if I think that the next 2 months will be okay, then I'm going to buy some more Microsoft and probably more Amazon. I think I'm done buying NVIDIA for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep buying the AI names, though. You have Nebius?
I have a little bit. I don't have enough. But I think Nebius is going to keep diluting itself, and I think I think I'll get a better price.
All right.
I probably should just start acquiring it and make 5 buys out of it over the next 6 to 12 months, just in case I'm wrong and it just goes up. But
they have a lot of their customers prepay.
I know, I've seen it.
Yeah. So I don't think it'll be as much dilution as people give it, or that people are calling for, along with, like, we're growing at like 500+% year over year. So the longer that this happens and they continue to improve on margin and are constantly making steps forward, while this market stays stagnant, I don't know. I think that's pushing down the spring and growing at 500% year over year. Like, that is, every day that goes by, this company is growing by more than a percentage point. Like, it's pretty crazy, the level of growth. So I would not rush, or I would not be too patient.
My top 5 positions are S&P 500 is the largest. Meta, NVIDIA, Amazon.
NVIDIA number 2?
No, Meta. I said Meta second.
Oh, sorry. I meant, I literally, in my head, you said S&P 500. I was like, nah, fake answer. And I removed that and then sorted Meta
fake answer. 8% of the S&P 500 is NVIDIA. Yeah, it's a fake answer.
Yeah, so it's Meta, NVIDIA.
Yeah, Meta, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is getting close to being the largest position. Meta is still the largest, though.
Yeah, you got to factor in the 8% that's in the SPY.
No, I'm not factoring the 8% in the SPY.
No, I'm saying that now. Do that.
Meta, NVIDIA, Amazon, Palantir, probably.
Palantir third
or fourth.
And then what's fifth?
SoFi's got to be up there. SoFi's definitely top 7.
Yeah. Mine's NVIDIA, Shopify, SoFi, Robinhood, and Nubank. And I think Robinhood and Nubank are flipped. I think it's Nubank, Robinhood.
Do you like Hood here? What? Why are you laughing?
Raven says, "What's ranked 137?"
What's ranked 137? Oh God.
What's your 89th biggest position, Steve? What's your 117th biggest position?
Probably like Medical Properties Trust or something like that.
CG Money says too many financials. 50% of my portfolio is financials doesn't even make up, like, there are a lot of names, but all together they don't even remotely make up what NVIDIA makes up in my portfolio. So people say that whenever I name off 3 fintechs, but they're not equal diversification.
Look at June, Rocket Lab.
Rocket Lab, Google, NVIDIA, Hood are my biggest. That's a good list too.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Shopify, Meta, Reddit, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Hood. I like that.
Can everybody in the chat put what your top 5 holdings are? We do not want to know how much money. We do not want to know how many shares. I am truly interested in just knowing what everybody's investing in for their top 5 positions.
Hood, ASTS, Nebius, SoFi, Ondas. Cash is my biggest holding. Palantir, SoFi, Nebius, BMNR. Oh wait, I want to see that one. That portfolio looked crazy.
What? Which one?
Nimoy, Micron, SanDisk, NVIDIA, Broadcom, Nebius. That's a man of some class.
that's an AI portfolio.
If I had the balls to do that, whoever that is, that could even be a girl. You have some cojones. I
love this.
You have more testosterone than I do.
Look at the Kraken Robotics. Really? Do I need to look at this again?
No.
What do you think about toast, Tannor?
I don't care for toast.
Okay. Not even with some jelly on it?
No. Peanut butter guy.
Nutella?
Nope.
Peanut butter and jelly?
Yep.
Okay.
I can do that.
Well,
it's not that I'm anti-Nutella. It's just I didn't grow up with it. So honestly, it's kind of weird to me.
Do me a favor. It's so good. Put Nutella with peanut butter. Just mix the two. It's incredible.
Do we have Dutch people in the audience? Whenever I was a kid, I grew up, and whenever my aunts would come around, they'd bring this thing called hagelslag. But essentially, it was just milk chocolate sprinkles.
Okay.
That's what it is. And so you spread peanut butter on toast or butter, and then pour milk chocolate sprinkles on it. But it doesn't have that hazelnut taste. It's just pure chocolate. That was peak childhood.
Peak childhood.
Peak.
I gotcha.
But the hazelnut flavor on the Nutella, I just never was into it. My parents never got it. I was never, yeah.
I like hazelnut. I think it's delicious.
But the Dutch people that have had hagelslag before know exactly what I'm talking about, and it's unreal.
Okay.
If you're a kid and you're wanting dessert and calling that a breakfast or something.
I'm liking what a lot of people are putting here. We got a lot of Mag 7 stocks that everybody owns.
I'm going to assume, is there a company with that ticker symbol, or is that just misspelled? Okay, wait, do you have Meta as your top holding, or do you have Meat as your top holding? Let me assume that's Meta. But then again, your next company in that list is Open Door. So you are a risk taker. Is it Hagelslag? Am I saying it wrong?
You probably are.
Well, I was a child.
It's all right. We won't hold it against you.
Yeah.
We won't hold it against you. So what do you think's happening with crypto? Do you think that they're going to get the damn legislation signed?
I mean, I'm hopeful. I don't know though. Hey Tannor, you have to bet on the certainty. I don't know. what I would like to happen is that what is currently written ends up going through and we just move on. I think that would that'd be good for markets.
Well, we got some news. It's news to me. I think it broke an hour ago, so it's not really news anymore. Amazon is in talks to buy Global Star Satellite Group, $9 billion in a bid to rival Elon's Starlink.
Dude, that's freaking awesome. I love that. What's it called? Also, Amazon's Leo, their low Earth orbit, new sector that they have, just partnered with Delta Airlines to bring internet access to 500 of their planes. Like, they really are going after SpaceX. SpaceX has some competition. People are still going to give them a
1.75 trillion. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, add 1.75 trillion to Amazon's market cap, please. Obviously,
So
they're
ridiculous.
much smaller. It's not even
so
remotely.
ridiculous.
But does seem like a lot.
Absolutely insane.
CrowdStrike, NVIDIA, SoFi. Guys, help me out here. This is even a question that I'm going to ask tomorrow. But like, whenever Anthropic came out and said, like our next models are so good that it's going to allow anyone to become a hacker because like that's how good it is. Like cybersecurity is going to be at threat. Why did CrowdStrike and Palo Alto and Rubrik and all these companies fall on that news? Because to me, that feels like they should have spiked on that news if cybersecurity is so at risk. Like, that's going to force services like CrowdStrike and the actual top players to get almost every contract.
Yeah, so I can give you what my opinion on it is, not anything factual. People basically thought that they were not going to be able to perform and that companies would dump them in order for
have no cybersecurity?
In order for something else. That if Claude's going to be that good through Anthropic for hacking, you'll be able to code something that can fight it. It's just stupid logic. I agree with you. There's a reason why they are releasing it first as cybersecurity companies. They can harden everything.
Yeah. That's going to be the last line of defense is CrowdStrike.
100%.
Like, it's nuts to me. Ask Dan Ives when he's giving a Nebius price target. One thing I would say is I think actually in his 2026 predictions for the year, he said that Nebius was their top candidate for an M&A target in the neoclouds.
Do me a favor, look at the chat, but don't say what I wrote.
Why?
You'll know why.
Are you going to let me know why after we end the stream?
No, you're going to know why the second you read it.
I read it.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
It's pretty self-explanatory, but okay. I do not own Lamb Research. I've never owned them. Oh, Evan's here. Look at Evan hanging out. Evan, thank you for being here.
Evan's the guy that invited me to talk with Dan Ives. He's honestly, my career would be in a completely different area if it wasn't for Evan. He literally opens doors for people.
Evan's amazing.
He's legendary. And we do breakfast every single time that we're out together. Like, I have work colleagues and then I have like actual friends, you know? Evan has become an actual friend.
Does he live in Canada near you?
No, but we go to like all these different events like Robinhood or GTC or any of these things. And I show him every single time.
Let me know when you guys are in New York for the Wolf thing. Maybe we can link up at some point if you guys aren't too busy.
Evan just said LOL. I'm just talking about how he's a nice guy and he's laughing in my face. You know what? Fuck you.
Yes. He's the best. You just cursed.
I know I shouldn't have.
You just cursed. I want $20 in the swear jar, Tanner.
Yeah, it'll go in the community portfolio. The swear what stock should I invest in that goes in the community portfolio? Bad role model. Yeah, bad role model.
Go buy a share of QXO.
Okay, we
Look
wrapping?
at this guy. Another legend's here. Senor Hollis, who's a great role model to society.
And said, "Are Canadians allowed to curse?"
I mean, he just did. Obviously, he's allowed to.
The bagel place in Fontainebleau had some good breakfast.
What
Yeah, it
did
was
you
all right.
say? What'd you just say?
That's what Evan put in the chat.
No, I'm asking you what you said, not what Evan put in the chat.
The breakfast place that we went to had
Right. But what did you call it?
the sandwich plate.
No. What?
What?
Read what Evan said.
The bagel place.
How did you originally say it? Because
The bagel place.
You forced yourself to say it correctly.
The bagel place at Fontainebleau has some good breakfast.
Oh my God. Tannor.
I don't know. It's spelt bagel.
No, it's not.
It doesn't have a Y in it. Why are you saying bagel?
Because that's how you freaking pronounce it.
I don't know. Tomatoes.
Sure.
Bagel,
Sure.
boggle, whatever.
Sure.
You and Amit say things odd. Me and Amit are not the same. Okay. I say a few things wrong.
There's a difference.
I said Bahrain wrong.
Amit does
Okay.
it
I
on
said
purpose. Tannor actually pronounces things this way.
no. Amit does. It's not a joke for Amit. You think it's a joke?
I think he does it on purpose.
You think he can actually say Massachusetts?
He was a freaking all-state debater. Do I really think that he's mispronouncing on purpose? Yes.
Not a chance he knows how to say Massachusetts.
Okay.
He's never said it in his life.
Okay.
You'd think it would slip by now.
Okay. Oh, yes. Let's end on this. Have you ever had maple milk?
No.
Tannor, changed my life.
I've had chocolate milk. I've had strawberry milk. I've had milk.
So when I was getting milk, the milk dealer said, Steve, you got to try maple milk. I'm like, what's maple milk? He said, we make it special every year. Take one. It was to die for. Maple milk is so damn good. Oh my God.
I think you guys think like we don't even have regular milk up here. It's just all maple milk.
I mean, that would be legendary if it was.
Yeah.
It's that good.
Okay.
So let's get rolling. Because I need to get dinner before the White House thing.
Assuming that Marshall puts in good hours tomorrow.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, he's gone.
Right.
Like strike one and he's out.
Sure.
So his career depends on it. If he edits this video and gets it out tomorrow, this is going to be a legendary video. Can't wait for you guys to see it.
Which one?
The one I have coming out tomorrow.
But what's it about?
The special thing I don't want to say.
Special thing you don't want to say? Okay.
It's a good video. It's nothing crazy. It's not an Anthony Noto interview or anything. I don't want to hype it up.
All right.
But it's an awesome video.
I can't wait to see it.
So yeah. And if it doesn't come out, just know that I'm back to being the only employee of Future Investing.
Listen, maybe you hire me. Who knows?
Who knows? I couldn't afford you.
Anyway. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Tannor and I started at 7 instead of 8 today. Next week, we will be back to our normal time of 8 o'clock, most likely. And I will be back with Amit later to stream Trump and react and talk about how it's going to impact markets in our opinion. So we'll be back in a little bit. I desperately need dinner because I have not eaten in like 6-7 hours, and that's not good for me.
I'm going to be butt-ass naked in the sauna listening to you guys talk about Trump.
You know what? I expect nothing less.
Ice on the balls.
There you go. Ice the boys. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We really appreciate it. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Love you
See
guys.
everybody soon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Uzi, what's up? See everyone later.
Bye.